All right, we're going to demonstrate how our Glock Dry Practice Kit works. We have a lot of questions about what to expect. We get them sent back to us sometimes saying they don't work, and they work perfectly. It's just that people don't know what to expect from them. So what I'm going to do is take this one here, unload it, show you how simple this is. Put in. We're going to put the ammunition over here, and we check the chamber, make sure it's unloaded, disassemble the gun. And, well, wait a minute. Before we do that, let's do this. Normal dry practice, what you're going to need to do, if you want to see what the trigger reset feels like, you press the trigger. Okay, so far so good. But there's nothing else. In order to see what that second shot's going to feel like, you got to rack the slide, reset the trigger, and press. That never does give you a good realistic second shot because we have to disturb the sight picture, change our grip in order to do that. So if we want to feel that press or feel that reset, press, press, and reset. All right, if we want to do this a little more realistically, I'm going to take this. Take the trigger assembly out of here. Lift the locking block out. Lift the trigger bar out. Set it aside. Put our Glock Dry Practice Kit in. It's recognizable by the red spots on both sides of the trigger. You just drop that back in your gun. Locking block back in, smaller pin in the top. We're going to start the bottom pin, the trigger pin, and put our slide release lever, slide catch lever back in there. Wiggle that around a little bit to get it to go in. There it goes. Alright. Trigger housing pin in the back. Okay, now slide or no slide, doesn't make any difference. It's absolutely mechanically impossible to fire live ammunition, but if you want to see your sights and use your holster and everything else here, now with the Dry Practice Kit, you'll press, pretty realistic trigger press, reset. Press, reset, press, reset, press, reset, press, reset, press, reset. So you can now get your double taps, your controlled pairs, a way to feel a realistic trigger while you're doing this, without having to rack the slide. This allows you to practice your presentations, your reloads, your malfunction clearing, your sight target acquisition, sight alignment, whatever you want to do. Everything except make noise. Now, let me show you how somebody else on the internet has advocated a cheaper version of dry practice without buying our kit. Wesley, you want to give me a business card, would you? Locking block, set that aside, put the original trigger back in it, locking block back in, Alright, let's see here. Now the way they're advocating doing this, is take a piece of a business card here, put this back together. And what they're saying is if you take a piece of a business card and put up here, that gives you a cheap dry practice kit. It actually doesn't. What it does is allow you to, you got a little bit of movement on the trigger, there's no reset, there's no actual realistic pull, no click, no sound, no feel of the real trigger at all. It does move back almost into place, but not quite. You're actually getting only about half of your travel. There's no reset or anything to go with it. You can press, it's better than nothing, but your slide's not all the way closed. There'll be some holster problem. You got other issues that come up with using this card. If you see how far the trigger is right there, get a good view of that. Okay, if we take this card out of here, look how much farther the trigger went forward. So this is, your trigger was right here before. So all you were getting, now we're getting a press, reset, press. That's what we're looking for. And that can only be achieved with our dry practice kit. Anyway, for those of you that have been wondering how that's supposed to sound and what it looks like and all that, well, there you go. Thanks for joining us again.